I am going to talk to you today about something called cyberbullying, which is something that unfortunately our students have to deal with on a day-to-day basis. The definition from stopbullying.gov of cyberbullying is bullying that takes place using electronic technology. Examples of cyberbullying include mean text messages or emails, rumors sent by email or posted on social networking sites, and embarrassing pictures, videos, websites, or fake profiles. So in other words, cyberbullying is exactly like bullying, except for instead of being face-to-face, it is usually online with some sort of social media or email, or just something that you can find online that can hurt a student just as bad, or even sometimes a little more than bullying face-to-face. Students today have a lot of different accounts. They have Facebook and Instagram and Twitter, Snapchat, YouTube. They have so many different types of social media networks that unfortunately cyberbullying can take place. So just because a student isn't at school doesn't mean that they can't be bullied anymore. Today, with smartphones and with tablets and laptops, students are victims to cyberbullying all hours of every day, even if it's in the late afternoon or on the weekend, or if they're on vacation. If they have access to technology or if they have something with internet, they can be bullied. Unlike when some generations were going up, once they left school, they didn't have to deal with the bullies anymore. Unfortunately, that is not the case today. I found this video on YouTube. It's called Stand Up to Cyberbullying, and I just thought it was a good video for either parents or teachers to show their students if they want to just give them a little bit more knowledge. So I'm going to play it for you right now.
We spend lots of time online. We text, we comment, we share. It's a big part of our lives. But communicating with someone online is just like talking to them in real life. Everyone appreciates politeness, and no one likes it when people make fun, spread gossip, rumors, or lies. The fact is, some people do try to hurt others online. It's called cyberbullying, and it's a lose-lose situation. It makes the person being harassed feel bad, and it makes the bully look bad. It might lead to trouble with school authorities or even the police. If someone's harassing you online, it's important not to respond. That's because bullies are looking for a reaction. Block them if you can. Ignore them if you can't. If it continues, save the evidence and ask an adult for help. And don't be afraid to stand up for yourself or to stand up for someone else being cyberbullied. This behavior usually stops pretty quickly when someone speaks up. And when you're communicating online, remember to treat people the way you'd like to be treated. Know how to handle yourself, because being online is part of your life. So stop and think before you click.
So just like this video said, being online is part of our everyday lives now. So instead of ignoring the fact that cyberbullying exists, we just need to teach our students to be smarter with what they are doing. So I'm not going to talk about how to stop cyberbullying. I'm just going to talk about how we can teach our students to be a little smarter with their digital citizenship. Once something is out there, so say a student doesn't want a picture online, once that picture somehow gets online, it can spread like a wildfire, and it's often hard to find the source of where that rumor or that picture started. So instead of stopping cyberbullying altogether, we can just teach our students to be more careful when they are online. So they don't need to be putting pictures that are private, or they don't need to be putting their private thoughts or their personal information online, because they need to realize that people can access it, and then things can spread about us that we don't want to be spread. It's also important to tell them that they need to be just as nice online as they would be in person. So if they wouldn't say something to someone's face in person, then they probably shouldn't be saying it the same way online. It's also important to realize that our students are always going to be using social media and email and all of these things, so we need to teach them how to be safe and how to block people or how to not friend people if they don't know them. There are ways around being cyberbullied as long as you are smart and you stay on top of what is going on with your students. So again, I'm not going to say that we are going to stop cyberbullying and find the source of where it happened. We're just going to try to prevent it by educating our students on how to be safer when they are online. Some of the sources that I used to make this presentation was stopcyberbullying.org, which is where I found out a little bit more about what it is exactly, how it works, and how we can deal with cyberbullies. Another one I used is helpguide.org. This was great information on how to be smarter when you are online and how to protect your passwords and your pictures and everything that goes online. Also, I used stopbullying.gov, which is where I got my definition of cyberbullying and also where I found that video that I posted on here. So I hope you learned a little bit more information about how cyberbullying works and how we can try to prevent it, starting with our classroom or our own students.